from the Mile High City.
You're streaming Larry and Kathie's Blazing Hit Radio.
Now, worldwide. They're just showing on the news on Fox 31 an RTD bus slammed into somebody's house. And it literally went right into their porch. And you know the person on the bus was like, oh, this is my stop. Thanks.
Oh, thanks.
Right.
This got me closer than usual.
Right. I can literally just walk from the bus into my house. Thank you. Oh, can I get your insurance?
I wonder if they're even able to walk off because they hit a car, and that's what caused them to collide in there. And so the car was pinned up against where the doors open.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, so I don't know if they were stuck on there, but there were some injuries. Nothing crazy, though.
I hope everybody's okay. Last night, Kathie and I were at our first murder mystery.
Yeah, for real.
Those dinners where like actors come in and interact with everybody and be like, who killed who?
Mm-hmm. Right, and then there's
It's
clues.
Right, I'm the detective, and I'm here to figure things out.
Right, and I'm just a chambermaid. I don't know anything.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And
it was fun. It was at some place called Lionsgate Event Center up in Loveland or Lafayette.
Okay, yeah, and we've never even been there. And it's like this cool little off-road, like somebody took an old barn and a couple
old buildings,
and they transformed them into event center where you can have events like this, or you could even get married.
Right. They do weddings and stuff there, but it was really cool.
Yeah, they have this whole barn that's filled with chandeliers.
Right.
And Kathie and I walked in, and I was like, oh, this is where I'm going to film my music video.
It did look like
if
a music
I had
video.
one. It looks
Especially
really
how you
cool.
could start in the back of the barn, way up top, and come down the staircase.
Right, it looked like a Taylor Swift video.
Right. Ooh, look what you made me do.
Yeah.
But our adventure for the night really began on the drive.
Oh, yeah. Kathie and I have had to drive to a couple different things lately.
Together.
Together, right.
And because one was in Fort Collins, which to us is very far. That's like driving to Chyna.
Right, like we had to pack a lunch.
We had to stop at Johnson's Corner.
Well, yeah, we totally did.
We should have. And then, so we had to drive to Broomfield or wherever this is.
Yeah.
And it was like around rush hour or just after rush hour.
Right.
And so we were like, oh my God, we're going to have to sit on that freeway. What is it?
270.
That connects
and then
to
36. So we were like, should we do an hour and 5 minutes of sitting in traffic, or take this toll road and give it in 43 minutes?
E470.
Right. So the stinky route, which is the 270, sometimes if you get stuck in traffic jam, you're just sitting in stink.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's try the other.
Right.
But then it started freaking us out.
Because you have to go kind of out to the airport to jump on E470.
Right, so we're going the opposite direction.
Totally.
We're going super far east, and I'm like, this doesn't seem like we're going to make it on time.
You go really far east, and then you start heading really far north.
And I was like, Kathie, another one of your dumb ideas.
Yeah, but you hit no traffic and you could go
It
like
was
90 miles an
awesome.
hour.
Oh, no, it was
I use
awesome.
that all the time because my house is 104th and E470 pretty much. So I use that all the time
yeah.
to get to I-25, to get up to DTC. So it's like it seems like it's out of the way, but then you get on it and
so
you're like,
brilliant.
Oh, no, it was awesome. But we'd never been on it, so it's like I never saw that side of going to look at the mountains heading
Right,
west.
we thought we were on vacation.
Right.
We're like, we're in another city.
If we should go and see if they have a special chip in that store.
So we went to the event, and it was really cool. We were just hosting. In other words, we opened the event and introduced everybody, and then...
it's for Avery weddings, but it was benefiting ALS, right?
Right.
For someone who had that, who's going through it right now.
Right, Katie and Gary Wyman. So Gary has ALS, and so it was
Gare Bear.
Gare Bear, Team Gare Bear. So it was to benefit them.
Okay.
Really cool people, but the event was marijuana related.
Right, so in other words, they can, since it's like a private property and they have events there, we could smoke in there, and people had like samples.
That was your event, Larry.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was super cool. And
then there were drinks. They were mixing drinks that were infused.
Yeah, like they have these little packets now, some companies
It's like sugar packets, but it's just THC that you can sprinkle on whatever you want.
Right, like you tear it open like an Equal or something like that, and you just can put it in guacamole. You can put it in a drink. You can put it in anything.
So that was crazy. And then people were dabs, and then Toast was there. They have like a new product line they were pushing, and
they have, like,
you got to like during the when it was time to let everybody get together and go out and try to figure out who murdered who.
Right, so all the people are going down. Did you murder the person? Did you murder the person?
And everyone's all high,
and they all gave everybody a joint. So everybody's outside in this huge courtyard just talking, and they were all dressed up as 1930s. That was kind of cool.
And then at the point where the girl was like, "We want to thank everybody, and this is what we brought for you," and I went, "Dilly dilly," and everybody went, "Dilly dilly."
It was kind of funny.
From the Bud Light commercials.
Yeah.
Dilly dilly.
It was funny because a lot of the guys got it more than the girls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it was a really fun event, and Kathie and I did not eat there.
Yeah.
Because we were working.
Right.
So we had to watch people eat, and so when we got home, we were starving.
I was starving. I may have hit up the Arby's on Peoria on the way home.
Is that the one you used to work at?
No.
Okay.
I used to work on 120th in Colorado.
Yeah.
Did you still get the discount?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a good discount. It's like 30% off.
Damn.
I know.
It's not that good. They should give you at least a free meal when you work there.
I don't know.
Oh, you finally get I bet occasionally take a curly fry or something.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you overfill the bag. So when it tips over, when you're pushing it to the drive-through window, some of them fall out, and you're like, "Oh, well, you can't put them back in the bag, can
Well, that
you?"
wouldn't be unsanitary. What's coming up, Kathie J?
Well, that's how you make the Kardashians mad. You sue all of them.
Uh-oh.
Black Chyna is suing the entire clan.
Oh, great.
She might have a case.
Uh-oh.
Hey, camera, action.
And now,
All tea, all shade, hunty.
Celebrity Trash and Bash with Larry, Kathie, and Wiggins.
Can I get an amen up in here?
here's Kathie J.
Amen. Chris Brown put out the track list for his upcoming album, Heartbreak on a Full Moon. It'll be in stores October 31st. 45 songs.
Dang.
Right?
Did you see the documentary about him?
No.
It's really good.
Where is it?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's, he gets pretty candid about the whole Rihanna thing and the Karrueche thing.
Really?
Yeah.
What does he say?
Just, what happened. He really breaks it down that night in the Lamborghini, the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah. And they play clips of Rihanna, like from her past interviews, but she wasn't part of the documentary.
Oh, okay.
And then they have some interviews from Karrueche, which was not part of the documentary, but so that she was, they had to talk about them,
Right.
Right. And at one point, he gets off of probation, and he's just like so excited. He's just like, I'm off probation, and you can see it in his eyes, like, I want to go do drugs
I can't.
and punch somebody.
So 45 songs, appearances by Young Thug, Future, Ty Dolla $ign, Yo Gotti, Lil Yachty, Kodak Black, R. Kelly.
Right.
45 songs, you can have everybody on there.
Right.
So Pink is a huge Mary J. Blige fan, but apparently Mary J. Blige isn't a fan of Pink.
Oh, that's sad.
It's so sad. So Pink said that, like a while back, this was 2000, so that was a different Mary J. Blige back in 2000, and a different Pink.
Right.
So Pink approached Mary back then and was like, oh my God, Mary, I love you. Please, can we do a collaboration together?
Right, and Pink's like, her music then was, most guys want the man with the bling bling. Remember she had her like R&B thing first?
Right, because L.A. Reid was trying to keep her...
R&B.
Yeah, right. So Pink said that Mary J. Blige took one look at her and said, no.
Yeah.
So, and then walked away as Pink was saying, okay, that's cool. I'll see you later, Mary.
And now she asked again, and Mary's like, no.
She still said no. Ed Sheeran. Ooh, the injuries are more serious than we thought. Ed Sheeran's bike injury is going to cost him the next several shows because he ended up breaking his right wrist and his left elbow.
Well, and his whole crotch was inflamed.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he's a redhead.
Oh. Hey, yo. I was like, I didn't read that in the report. Did he jam that onto the bicycle seat?
No, it's always on fire.
Okay.
So much so that when it's cold, you can gather around his crotch and be like, ooh.
Oh, so warm. It's a bushfire.
Right.
Okay.
Brush.
So sources are saying that he was knocked off the bike by a car, but that hasn't been confirmed. He's just saying bicycle accident.
Okay.
All right. So Harvey Weinstein.
Man, that guy's going to be in Celebrity Trash and Bash for
a
years.
while, because every day it's somebody new.
Right.
And now the somebody new, Lana Del Rey.
Oh.
Lana Del Rey, excuse me. She actually sang about Harvey back in 2012.
Who is she again?
She's the one, remember, she has a lot of good songs, but most importantly, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West Remember when he got engaged to her? He had this
she sang or something.
singer come out.
Right, okay.
So
she's hireable.
Yeah, she did a song in 2012 called Cola, and it was about older men. And the older man is about Harvey Weinstein. The lyrics, I got a taste for men who are older. It's always been, but it's no surprise. Harvey's in the sky with diamonds, and he's making me crazy. All he wants to do is party with his pretty baby.
So she was into him.
It sounds like she was into him.
Right.
She's like, I love his double chin, and I like his weird skin tag.
Yeah, she's gross if she really liked it.
So I love a bunch of gray hair down there.
The sources told Page Six that the song is ironic that she wasn't into Harvey at all. An entertainment industry source tells Page Six that Del Rey wrote the track after Weinstein pursued her, and she rebuffed him because she had a boyfriend. But it didn't sound like that in the lyrics.
She likes older dudes.
And now, because of... Oh, wait, one more Harvey Weinstein. So Lena Headey, she is the queen on Game of Thrones.
Okay.
She's also 300. She was the beautiful queen there. She says, the first time I met Harvey Weinstein, I was at a Venice Film Festival. The Brothers Grimm was showing there. During shooting, I was subjected to endless bullying by the director, Terry Gilliam. At one point, Harvey asked me to take a walk to the water. I walked down with him, and he stopped and made some suggestive comment and gesture. I laughed it off. I was genuinely shocked. I remember thinking, this has got to be a joke. I said something like, oh, come on, mate. It'd be like kissing my dad, no? Let's go get a drink and get back to the others. And I was never in any other Miramax films after that.
Wow.
The next time I was in LA years later, I'd always carried the thought that he'd never try again with me, not after I'd laughed at him and said not in a million years. I believed that maybe he respected my boundary and that he wanted to talk about me working again. He asked me for breakfast. We ate breakfast. We talked about films. He asked me a few more questions about the state of my love life. I shifted the conversation back to something less personal. Then he went to the loo. He came back and said, let's go up to my room. I want to give you the script. We walked to the lift, and the energy shifted. My whole body went in high alert. The lift was going up, and I said to Harvey, I'm not interested in anything in any other kind of work. Please don't think I got in here with you for any other reason. This isn't going to happen.
Whoa.
And
And then he's like, he hits the down button.
Right, yeah. And then again, you don't work for Miramax.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and then she said that he walked her back to the hotel valet by grabbing and holding tightly to the back of my arm. He paid for my car and whispered in my ear, don't tell anyone about this, not your manager, not your agent. And I got in my car and cried and left.
Wow. So, no, you know what you really have to look at is the women who thrived at Miramax.
Yeah.
Because they were obviously like, do it up, daddy.
Right, whatever you want.
Right.
And then we can talk about Jennifer Lawrence and Reese Witherspoon. They had incidents with directors that were not Harvey Weinstein. But they were like 15 and 16 when that happened.
It's like an epidemic.
I know, but let's get really fast to Black Chyna. She's suing the entire Kardashian clan.
Over what?
She's suing them because claims of assault, battery, domestic violence, defamation, and interference with prospective economic relations.
Oh, I bet they were like blocking her all the time, going, oh, we don't want her to have that.
Yep.
No, she can't have that show. She's
That's
not
exactly
part of
it.
our brand.
They became media predators, she says in the lawsuit. Black Chyna does. Slut-shaming her on social media, killing her hit television show, Rob and Chyna, which had already started filming a second season. She says that Rob became jealous and insecure and started doing whatever he could to tank the filming of
The
Rob
show.
and Chyna.
Mostly just walking around naked. They're all, we can't show that.
She says Rob stressed out my entire pregnancy, accusing me of cheating, going crazy on me with massive text blasts daily, being an absolute lunatic, and then covering it up with gifts, is what she's saying.
She's all, I accepted the gifts, but
You know she did.
Yeah.
Come on. So yeah, it's getting it's still ugly over there.
it's getting Rob over there.
Yeah.
So, everybody's getting ready for Halloween. And
Yeah.
everything,
So
all the decorations.
Yep.
And, so we're just trying to figure out our plan because last year we ended up being at a haunted house. And so we couldn't really pass out candy. So this year I'm doing it big, having people over and just passing out candy. And so I thought, what do you your thoughts on this? You and the girls come over.
Yeah.
Because I know Mr. Fission's doing his thing or something.
Right.
So we would then take the girls trick-or-treating and then just hang out at the crib, and then they can help hand out candy.
Right. Well, I think that would be a great idea, but remember I told you my dilemma in my own personal neighborhood? We're the only house that has decorations up. So when it comes Halloween night, I think most of the kids in the neighborhood will at least think, well, that house is definitely going to pass out candy, and then I'm not even there.
Right.
Like I turn the lights out on Halloween night, but they've been up since
right. So
October 1st.
all the kids are mapping out there where they're going to stop, and they're like, that place is going to have good candy.
Definitely they're going to have candy. Right? So there's like pressure on me in the neighborhood, and I don't want to get egged.
So here's what you do.
What?
You leave a giant bowl. You can't
do that.
Raisins.
Oh, okay.
And so then kids walk up to the door and they're like, raisins. Right.
And then they're going to empty the boxes of raisins all over my yard.
Which look like bunny turds.
Right. It's going to look like a bunch of bunnies pooped on my yard.
At my house, I wanted to do, we have the decorations in the front of the house.
Your decorations are kind of scary.
Yeah, I know.
Every time you have those bodies hanging,
right,
it's kind of scary.
But up the driveway, we have a long driveway. I was going to put like just a single red balloon at the end of the driveway.
Oh, that'd be creepy.
Toward the house.
Yeah.
And so any kid that was, and have a light showing on it. So any kid that was brave enough to go all the way up the driveway to where the red balloon is should get a regular sized candy bar.
You should. You know what you could put? You should put like you need a reason for them to go to the balloon, so you have to like put a bucket of candy down at the bottom of the balloon,
or just say a sign that says candy, and then have
whoever's brave
Aldo
enough
dressed as
Pennywise
come out and go, hello.
Oh, that'd be creepy.
Ticket.
Yeah,
ticket.
That's how he talks.
Ticket.
Oh my God, he's
that's
so
creepy.
Scary.
Right.
But by the way, as we build the station, Blaze and Hit Radio, we have not a ton of commercials, and that's the way we've designed it.
Yes.
But we're getting more and more sponsors on.
We are, right.
Right. And so we have Larry Miller Nissan and Mike Swoy, all these other people. But it's we finally got a haunted house. And this is crazy. It's a haunted house exclusively for women.
What?
Yeah, it's like way up north, but it's for women only.
But
Hey, ladies, want to get scared?
Come to Denver's most frightening haunted house.
The Grope Fest. For ladies only.
As you enter, you're greeted with a voice from your past, Bill Cosby.
You know anything about Spanish Fly? What? Spanish Fly? Go to a party, see 5 girls standing alone. Boy, if I had a whole jug of Spanish Fly, I'd light that corner up over there.
Then suddenly, you find yourself alone on the Fox News Network.
And Bill O'Reilly is in the mood.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Then it's off to Hollywood for a very important meeting with Harvey Weinstein at the Four Seasons Hotel.
I'm telling you right now.
What do we have to do here?
Nothing. I'm gonna take a shower. You sit there and have a drink.
Finally, your horror harassment tour ends in the Oval Office as the Commander-in-Chief tries to grab your hoo-ha.
I gotta use some Tic Tacs just in case they start kissing her. I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by
The Grope Fest.
At I-25 and 176.
Go to participating Whataburger for a discount coupon.
Wow, 176, that's way up there.
you know what? Usually, I always go through a haunted house. I'm finding an exit in that one.
I didn't even know there's Whataburgers here. Blaze and Hit Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kathie J. Wiggins. Is it supposed to be, it's another beautiful day in the Mile High City?
Yeah, it's supposed to be really nice right up through Saturday. Saturday it changes, but 70s every day.
I kind of like it that way, so we're easing into the cold.
Right.
A little warm, a little rainy, a little cold.
I agree. You have a video up right now of a little kid getting scared by a stuffed animal.
It's on my feed. It's this little unicorn doll.
You're right.
And it looks all innocent, and then there's a button you can hit to make it like an evil unicorn that has teeth.
Right.
And
so this little boy who's just he's probably 2 or 3. He's like, "Yay, cute little unicorn!" And he reaches his hands out to grab it,
and they change the face.
And it changes the face, and he's just terrified. It's to the point where he's like trying to get back off the chair. He wants to get away down the table. Like
he's gonna
have nightmares
for the rest of his life. All his friends, he's gonna say he's scared of unicorns, and his friends are gonna be like, "What?
Right? What's wrong with you?" Yeah.
Yeah, we better get one of those for Avery.
I know, because you think, oh, that is so mean to do that to a kid, but then I mean, look at how many likes they've gotten.
Exactly,
I mean,
it's worth it.
It's totally.
They're
worth
not going to remember it,
right? Oh no, they're going to remember it. They won't remember why.
Right.
So there's a list that just came out on Netflix, and the top shows that people binge race watch.
What does that mean? I saw that on TV. Race watch? It means you watch them all back to back, or are you like skipping ahead or something?
No, it's when they release the entire season on one day.
Oh,
it's those
okay,
people.
okay.
They actually watch that entire season that first day that it's released.
Okay, see, like who has that kind of time?
Exactly.
You'd have to be like sick and recovering from some sort of surgery or unemployed.
Well, right.
Well, no, because you watch TV when you go home at night, 7 to whatever until you fall asleep. I think it's kind of like that.
7 to 8.
Yeah, 7 to 8.
Chris is so over me. And then yesterday was like a really long day because we did the morning show, and then we went to the thing in Broomfield.
Right.
And so we didn't get home till like, what?
9:30.
Yeah, it was a pretty long day. And so I was like so excited to be home, and I always have all these plans, like I'm going to watch this, we're going to watch this, and then like 2 minutes in, I'm out.
Right. Going home at 9:30, 10, you still
like,
have plans to watch TV, knowing that we get up so early?
Right. But we're
You're
caught
crazy.
up on all our shows anyway, so I need a new show.
So binge racing is when subscribers watch the entire season of something within the first 24 hours of its release. 8.4 million subscribers have been binge raced at least once, says Netflix. Canada is the country with the most binge racers. U.S. is second, followed by Denmark, Finland, and Norway. Who knew?
Right. You definitely have to really have an open schedule to fit that in. But I mean, I guess if you did it on your days off,
right,
your weekend.
Okay, so which shows do you think people want to go and binge race the entire season right away?
Big Mouth.
It should be.
Stranger
right?
Things.
Oh, yeah, Stranger Things is there. Stranger Things is number 10.
Yep, Narcos is pretty good.
Narcos.
Is Breaking Bad, is it that?
No, because this is a new series that come out there and you're going to watch them all. Well, but I guess
maybe it didn't all come out in once. This whole season didn't come out at the same time.
Okay.
Maybe they're releasing it every week. I don't know. Narcos isn't on here.
Okay.
So I can't. Yeah. So I don't know.
Luke Cage or whatever that was.
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. Yeah, that's that Marvel one where he's like super violent or he's indestructible.
Well, would that be Marvel's The Defenders?
No.
Okay, because that's actually number 3.
Oh, I haven't even seen that on there.
Right.
Yeah. So say who's on there.
Okay, so number 10, Stranger Things. Number 9, Orange is the New Black. Number 8, F is for Family.
I haven't seen it.
Haven't even heard of that one.
That is like, I think it's an animation, and the cover is like the old dad losing his hair, and he's got glasses on.
Is it a comedy?
Yeah, it's like a
right.
Kind of not as funny as Family Guy, but
okay, all right. Number 7, Trailer Park Boys.
Okay.
Oh, we love them.
Yep, right. Number 6, the Santa Clarita Diet.
Okay, that's the Drew Barrymore.
Right.
Where she's a
vampire or zombie.
Yeah.
And there's only like 7 episodes.
Yeah,
right, so you can binge race that.
Yeah.
Number 5 is The Ranch.
Ashton Kutcher's show with the guy who also used to be on
70 Show.
Okay.
David Hyde Pierce. No,
it's the curly hair guy that was on 70 Show.
Right. Okay, him. Number 4, The 7 Deadly Sins.
Nope.
No.
Yep, haven't heard of that. Number 3, like I said, Marvel's The Defenders.
Okay.
Okay. Number 2 of the most watched binge race shows on Netflix. Number 2 is Fuller House.
Really?
You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watch those. All of them.
Do you really?
Kane, I like watching those.
Okay, for real?
Yeah. I mean, because you know what? Here's the thing. I hate regular TV. I cannot stand just watch. If there's nothing on TV, I will turn on Netflix.
Okay.
Just because I cannot stand just channel surfing. And so Fuller House you're familiar with, you just turn it on, you know the jokes are kind of cheesy, but some of them are funny, and you just watch it, man. I grew up on that show, so there's nostalgia there, I guess.
It was a simpler time.
I was curious, like, if they, like, have put, like, effort into actually making it funny.
No, and you know what's funny is you realize from the old shows that just Bob Saget and John Stamos and the other guy,
You can't really call him that unless you're gay.
What?
Bob Saget.
Oh, jeez.
Well, they could actually act.
Right.
And so I think with these girls, it's not that they can't act, but it doesn't play off as well on the
really?
screen. Because the jokes, like I've turned to Nick at Night because I was like, was this really that bad? And they'll have an episode on. I was like, those guys just deliver the lines.
A lot better.
Yeah, and they made it funny.
Is it in front of a studio audience like the old show?
Sounds like it, but there's times where I'm like, okay, they're
Laugh
laughing
track.
too
That was the laugh
hard.
track.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And the
I
kid,
hate when they do that.
the younger kid, that because they try to do the same formula they did with the other one, and like try to make like
Little kids
the little
cute,
kid Michelle,
twins.
yeah.
Okay.
And so they have this little kid who's just always like nerded out, and he's buttoned up, and he says stupid stuff, but he's like 7, and his character just comes off as like kind of annoying.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
But they push the little kids like crazy. Every
Yeah,
plot line.
well, right.
Yeah. So but
obviously a lot of people are watching it
Yeah.
if it's in the top.
Yeah.
Right, it's number 2. And so number
You're not
1.
alone.
no.
Number 1 is Gilmore Girls, A Year in the Life.
Guilty.
Do you watch that one, Wiggin?
Never seen it. I've heard about it over and over.
Do you watch Gilmore Girls?
Yeah, I thought we all watched that show.
What is
You
that?
do, yeah. Tell everybody, Larry.
Well, it's about these girls, and they live in a town called Gilmore.
Oh,
and no, I don't watch that show.
Okay.
okay.
Do you know? You guys know my executive producer over at the TV show, Chris Phelan.
Yeah.
So he's the guy who's bald, who looks like Gru
Yeah.
from
Right.
the Minions.
He's hilarious.
He loves Gilmore Girls and Full House, Fuller House.
Okay.
Like, of all the people, like, he literally like took the time to binge watch them.
Does his wife know he's gay?
Yeah, no, I mean they've had 4 kids together. You think she would have known by now, but isn't that crazy?
You know, Dad's watching Gilmore Girls, hogging up the TV.
And he loves it.
That's
and he's trying
funny.
to get his daughters to watch it with him. And
It's super popular. I just
Totally.
didn't catch that train.
It got canceled on WB, and then they brought it back on Netflix. Wasn't that
Right.
kind of
right,
CW or
people
whatever?
wanted it.
WB.
WB.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going way back. Full
Back in
House
the
days.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you are.
1990.
I just wish I had time to binge watch a whole season.
I know,
or
right?
something.
You got to find that window. And the Fuller House was kind of like all the shows produced at the same time, like Family Matters. Mm-hmm. They all kind of had the same take.
Okay, so Hulu has brought back, and probably to test the shows, they brought back every TGIF
Yes.
show. So
Shut up.
Yeah.
Family Matters, Step by Step, Boy Meets
You mean
World.
new versions or reruns?
No, these
Reruns from,
Oh.
but every single season, even Perfect Strangers is on
Shut
that.
Yeah,
up.
no, they did.
Yeah, so they brought them all back, and so you just watch them just because like, oh yeah, I
You remember
that.
that theme? and
Yeah, right.
It makes you feel a certain way.
Yeah, so I think they're doing it because they want to test to see what shows to bring back.
Oh, that they can do like Fuller House.
Yeah.
Or Gilmore Girls. Yep.
I think in like 10 years we're going to be like, oh my God, they're playing all the old Modern Families, and you hear that whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa. You know, like the 80s.
Yeah.
And then we'll be like all nostalgic about that. But we'll be all, they're playing all the Modern Families.
That's so funny. Ha, 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 ha.
By the way, we didn't pay our phone bill, so we don't have any.
That's not it.
No, something's wrong with our connection, but we're getting a new phone set up, so be patient. But you can still text us at 303-728-3420. In fact, we're hoping that you text us, and that's how we're going to stay in touch.
Yeah, you know what I'm excited about the new phone line is because people said on the text line they had issues with being able to hear the show while they were on hold, so
Oh,
they didn't
right.
want to call in because
They thought we were
Couldn't hear the
talking
show.
about them.
Yeah, they're calling and listening on their same phone. So then now they'll be able to hear the show. So if they're on Bluetooth and they call in, it's just like they're listening to the show
that's cool.
while they're on hold.
What's really cool is, we were kind of waiting for our app to be a little more rock solid, and that should be happening anytime. It'll be basically an update on your phone. You won't have to re-download it.
Just for iOS right now, literally, I'm going to let you see it. In 3 to 5 days, here, Larry, you can mess with it, Kathy and Larry.
It's our new app.
Yeah. So in 3 to 5 days, you literally will be able to get the
that's
upgrade
cool.
for iOS. It's on Alexa, so you can tell Alexa to play Blazing Hit,
Right.
and it'll play Blazing Hit.
Right. Once the app is rock solid, that's when we're going to start marketing. And part of our marketing, we thought would be like, hey, our studio is right on Spear, and we have all these cars here every morning that
Just going right by.
rows of cars
Right.
that just stop here, and so we have a captive audience. So as we allot certain money for marketing this or that in certain ways, we thought, okay, what if we had a sign spinner
Right.
in front of the studio?
Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. You can download too.
Yeah. I also think we should have somewhere on the top of our windows that scrolling kind of light The
Oh, that'd be
signs.
cool, like the Pepsi Center.
Yeah, kind of like that scrolling, or that ticker tape kind of thing. That's just like, hey, download
Right.
the app.
Yeah.
Right. But we're just gonna definitely raise awareness that we're actually here right on Spear.
Yeah.
Not that our big giant faces on the side of the building weren't enough.
Yeah, but it's me and you because we did
Right.
Larry Uncensored in here, and so there's no Kathie. So it's
okay.
You gotta
we're gonna
complete
get
the
Kathie
duo.
on the-
Yeah.
So Kathie, what Wiggins is saying, Kathie should spin the sign.
Yeah.
Is that what I've played this game before. I didn't like it. This one on the text line, speaking of, good morning, it's Audrey from the Alamo. Hello,
Yay.
Audrey. Love you, girl. Listening all day in my office every day. We love you.
Speaking of the Alamo, coming up, I can tell people that sooner than later we're going to be doing a happy hour there on a reg.
With
Nice.
YOLO rum.
Yes.
All of just got YOLO rum on the shelves.
Exactly.
There,
We're going to have a special Blazing Hit Radio drink, a YOLO drink.
Really?
And it'll be happy hour, and it'll
You
be
sold me. I'll be there.
Right on Colfax. It's the Alamo Draft House in Sloan's Lake.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this one says on the text line, my guilty TV show, because we were talking about the most binge raced watched Netflix shows. And she said this on the text line, the show I can watch over and over again, Golden Girls. On the Logo channel and the Hallmark channel. I agree. Like, when you turn to Golden Girls, it's funny.
Well, it's perfect for, like, if you're doing stuff. Like, I got to clean the house, so I'm just
Right.
going to leave it on.
Because you don't have to really sit and watch it.
Right, but I'm always blown away at how funny the writing is on that show, and it's funny.
Yeah.
Like they got risque and hilarious. Like, they were just some of the best writers that wrote that show.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally laugh out loud when that show's playing.
Okay, for whatever reason, I remember not only watching that show as a kid, but I remember when the show ended and then they brought it back and they were like, Golden Girls in Florida. Do you guys remember that?
I don't remember.
It was like,
Maybe I do.
it was like,
Something-
it lasted one season. It was terrible.
Nobody's
and,
even brought it up.
Yeah, and they were like, they lived in Florida, and I
But
just
they always
remember
lived in
that.
Florida.
No, they lived, this was a whole new series, because the
Okay.
series ended
Like
and
a
they
whole
brought
new
it back.
house? I gotta
Yeah,
look
it
this
was
up.
weird.
All I know is on the tour, the Disney studio tour, the back lot, that's where they shot the exteriors of the house. So back there is the Golden Girls house.
Right.
When you go to Orlando.
Yeah.
They actually used it for Neighbors 2.
Oh.
They used that
really?
block, because
Oh,
there's
that's
other
funny.
there's
other
famous
fake
houses.
right.
So they used that when they were filming Neighbors 2. Isn't that funny?
Right, there was their next door neighbors had their own show.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Empty Nest.
Oh, there you go.
I loved Empty Nest. Oh my God.
The one daughter was hot. This on the text line. Good morning. One of my favorite parts of the old show. Our Christmas wish. Hey, don't worry about that.
We're
Blazing
bringing
Hit.
it back.
Yeah, about our show, not a Netflix
yeah,
show.
No,
right,
for
right,
sure.
right.
We're,
Sorry.
we're definitely bringing that with us. Hello.
Can I just tell you, we were the ones that did the Christmas wish. It wasn't the radio
Yeah.
station. It was
Right,
us.
it was us.
So
and
yes.
to the point where we literally had to fund that a couple years. And one time we funded it above and beyond. And I think we raised $10,000 and we spent $5,000.
Right, 'cause
And
we wanted to save the
carry
other-
it over.
right.
And all of a sudden that money was just gone. They were like, oh, well, we had to appropriate that.
the
to something
company
else.
took it.
Yeah,
remember?
Right.
Totally
And we were like,
remember
wow,
that.
that
was
sucks.
ours. Yeah,
Right,
that
was messed
sucks.
up.
Yeah. That was the
See,
people's money.
I know,
that was
but
the
that's-
people's money.
That's precisely why we went and did our own station, so we can do our own thing and do it the way we want to do it.
Right. There were too many hands in the cookie jar, and they all kept messing everything up.
Well, yeah, and then,
taking for themselves when we were always trying to help our listeners.
right, for sure. So now we're in a better situation, and we're backed by better people.
Yep.
And
So
it's
get
awesome.
ready. This
And
is
now
going to be a great Christmas wish.
We are the Radio God.
Avery, what's your Lammy's name?
Lammy,
And what are the names of Gianna's Lammies?
Pinkie Pie, and Sheep.
Oh, wait. Mares eat oats, and goats eat oats, and little lambs eat ivy. Diddly-divey do, wouldn't you? Hey, Avery, tell us about Lamb-E. Ooh, wait.
Lammy, Lammy, Lammy. Lammy, Lammy, Lammy. Lammy, Lammy, Lammy. Lammy, Lammy, Lammy. Because I gave the sheep to Daddy, and he took the sheep.
What does Lammy do?
She hits me,
What?
and I laugh at her, and she laughs back to me.
Where does Lammy sleep?
Wherever I put her, and I hug her and squeeze her. I love Lammy every day. Lammy, Lammy, Lammy.
Oh my God, it's so cute.
Lammy, Lammy, Lammy. So adorable, those girls.
You know, I'm shocked you didn't turn this into a video.
Well, you know, we haven't. We do have a green screen here. We could totally do that.
Right. She could just hold her lammy.
Oh, both of them. And then everybody will see, like, wow, their lammies are kind of busted up.
Totally. Like Avery's lammy has literally white duct tape around her pants.
Right.
Holding
she looks
her
like a
skin
boxer.
on. She does. Her eyes came off a long time ago, so Jessica sewed on buttons, and so she's a creepy and doll like lammy thing, and I can never get it clean.
Right.
Even if I soak it in OxyClean or bleach,
right,
it never comes clean. And yeah, so it's this creepy rag thing that she hangs on.
So it's like a homeless lamb chop.
Totally, it's a homeless lamb chop, starving to death.
It was like that terrifying movie, Hey Caroline.
Right.
With the buttons
with the big
for eyes.
buttons, right.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
Creepy, but every time I see her, I'm like, hey, Lammy. Come on, Lammy. You weird looking Lammy.
Well, she's like, I laugh at Lammy, and Laffy laughs back. And I'm like, Lammy laughs back?
Well, you know, I mean, you want
la,
that.
La, 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 la.
They come to life.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, my God.
Someone on the text line says, oh, my God, I love this song. It's so cute.
Lammy, Lammy, Lammy.
The very end is funny with Gianna.
Yeah, what
Avery,
did she say?
Avery, no.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
all. Because here's the thing. Avery always is stalked by Gianna. And so Avery's always going, no, Gianna, no.
Get away from me.
Right, like, stop doing what I'm doing. I'm doing this. And no, Gianna. So now, since Gianna copies Avery, now all she says is, no, Avery,
okay.
no.
Right. All right, let's see if
Avery,
we can
no.
hear it.
Right.
Adult Lamby.
Oh,
because
that's the other one. Hold on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, because I heard it at the end, and I was like, wait, what is she saying right
She says,
there?
I laugh with Lammy, and Lammy laughs at me.
And then I hug Lammy.
And
I love Lammy.
Avery, no.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Lammy, Lammy, Lammy.
I'm missing it. I'm fine.
It's all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, she's it's funny because Kathie's right. You have to kind of know her to interpret exactly what she's saying because she's got this new little lisp thing going.
Right, totally cute though.
Oh, it's so adorable.
It's funny. I remember when my girlfriend Katie, when her daughter was like 5, she had like a lisp, and it almost was like she had a New York accent.
That's so funny.
Because I was like, why does your daughter talk like that? And now here's mine going at it.
She goes, "Feep."
She's like a feep.
Yeah, she can't get the S's down.
Hey, it doesn't matter if you're a kid. Eventually, when you're an adult, you kind of want your Lammy.
Yeah.
Right.
if you have kids, you know the importance of their favorite stuffed animal. You also know losing it can be a nightmare. But what about you? Life as an adult is much more difficult than a child's life. And just like our kids, we have fits of anger and moments of weakness. But now, introducing Adult Lammy. It's just like your child's Lammy, but bigger.
I was recently let go from my job, and normally I would cry and make a big scene at the office. But with Adult Lammy, I was able to collect my things and walk out with my head held high. Thanks, Adult Lammy.
Adult Lammy is made with soft fabric and features real satin trim.
Wow, when me and my wife argue, which is all the time, I never win. Never. If it weren't for Adult Lammy, I'd probably be on heroin.
Order Lammy now and receive Black Lammy for free. Just pay separate shipping and handling. Call 1-800-BAH. That's 1-800-BAH. Adult Lammy. Because grown-ups can lose their too.
Blazing It Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kathie J. Wiggins in the house.
So we know over the past 10 years with sales data what the most important candy by state purchased has been.
Okay, so in other words, Colorado buys this. And,
right.
California
New York
has,
buys this.
Okay.
Right. So 10-year study. Paying special attention to the months before Halloween, CandyStore.com determined the best-selling Halloween candy.
Okay.
Overall, the number one candy that's sold the most, that has the most, like, poundage of candy going out is...
It's got to be Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. That's my guess.
Snickers.
It's still candy corn.
What?
You believe that? But when you think about it, a lot of people use it for decoration. They put it in, like the witch's brew that a lot of people make.
Right.
It's not necessarily the candy.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
It's not the candy that they're passing out to kids, but it's a candy that gets purchased a lot this time of year.
Right. And sometimes, like, when you get that as the candy from the house, you're kind of like, wah, wah.
Yes, right. Coming in behind that is Starburst.
Okay, I'm not a big Starburst fan with all the other stuff that came out that bumped Starburst aside.
I like Starburst.
I do like
I don't like the
Starburst.
yellow Starburst, but I love even the tropical flavor Starburst are really good.
So you give it want.
I kind of give it want, but you know what? Starburst and Skittles did something that kind of kicked me to the curb as a customer. They changed their green flavors from lime to apple, and I don't like apple candy.
Okay.
For whatever reason, so they kind of ruined it.
Really? That's
kind
what
of. They did.
So,
I used
so
to really like the lime.
grudge?
Kind of.
I didn't know there was a green Starburst.
There wasn't a green Starburst.
There's not a green Starburst. It's like red, yellow, orange, pink, and I think that's it.
Wow, you really know your Starburst.
Yeah, I love Starburst.
Well, then there was a green one because it used to taste like pine salt, and I really liked it.
So that is like over all the candy. Like in the United States, the most pounds of candy was candy corn and Starburst. Okay,
Right.
so now I'm going to break it down by state.
Okay.
Texas loves their Starburst. That is where the huge sale of Starburst in the nation, it comes out of Texas. Isn't that crazy?
Have you had the mini Starburst? They're like just little tiny
Yes,
squares.
I love the mini Starburst. Here in Colorado, we love Milky Ways. That is the #1 candy that is purchased.
What a ripoff. It's like a candy bar with nothing in it.
Are you kidding? I love Milky Ways.
I know, but there's no nuts, no caramel.
There's
just,
caramel.
There's caramel. That's all it
Three
is. It's just all,
Musketeers.
yeah.
No, it's
no
the
caramel.
fluff. Oh, okay, whatever.
So it's the fluff and the caramel. It's perfect.
I'm not a big fluff person. I don't like that fluff.
Oh, you don't like the nougat? Oh, see, sometimes I like to dissect them and like this is just a caramel bite. This is just a nougat bite.
Right.
Okay. What state do you want? California loves their M&Ms.
What about Utah?
Massachusetts likes Sour Patch Kids, and New York also likes Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids are good.
Right.
I love sour. My favorite of any sour candy is the gay rainbows. You know, the rainbow ones? The strips. They're like, and they're coated in the
Sour Patch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, they look like like thin pieces of paper, right?
Right, they're like rainbow
Like
strips.
Yep,
Through by the foot.
You asked about Utah?
Yeah.
They like the most boring candy out
That's
there.
what I figured.
Jolly Ranchers.
Oh. I thought they would like saltwater taffy because they're Salt Lake City.
Oh, I could see that, right. Who else do you want to know? Wisconsin likes Starburst. Mississippi likes Three Musketeers. Trying to go low fat, maybe.
Right.
We got listeners in Chicago and Detroit.
Okay, so Florida is Skittles. Let's go to, hang on.
Florida Skittles, huh?
Florida Skittles.
Taste the rainbow.
Taste the rainbow.
Someone says now and later was green. Was it now and later you were talking about?
Now and later, yeah.
I don't know what that
Annihilators.
is.
Remember, they were the harder.
Hard, and then they got
Starburst.
soft. Now and later.
Right.
No,
So
don't
they
know
were
that.
hard, and they came in grape. They came in the lime. They came.
Or were they out in
Everyone
squares?
always called them annihilators because you'd say now and later, but
Looked just like a Starburst.
It looked like, but flatter, harder candy.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Who did you want? Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay. Michigan is candy corn.
Okay.
You know what's better? Oh, that's weird.
And Chicago. Let me see. Sorry.
You know what's better than a Starburst?
What?
It's the more updated Starburst. Is those high chews?
Oh, okay.
Those are amazing. High chews. They kind of like they're like a Starburst. They eventually dissolve, but they're little.
They're chewier.
Gummier. Yeah, something.
Right.
They're really amazing.
Yeah.
See, I still like the wax of the Starburst. In Chicago, Illinois, you got Sour Patch Kids. And
Love those.
Kit Kat is #2 in Chicago. I do
Kit
like
Kat.
Kit Kat. You get the big Kit Kats now, and I love eating those things.
If you had to choose between a Kit Kat and a Twix, which way are you going?
Twix.
Twix, because of the
Really?
caramel.
But if you had to do Kit Kat and a Crunch Bar.
Kit Kat.
You mean like a Nestle's Crunch Bar?
Yeah, Nestle's Crunch Bar, because they're kind of the same. And I don't like it because of the texture of those.
They're kind of different. One has Rice Krispies in it, and one has cookies in it.
So are you Milky Way or Snickers?
I eat Snickers, but I have to have a Coca-Cola with it.
Yeah, remember he used to always want a Snickers out of the vending machine.
Right, you're going to get pimples.
Okay, so Snickers is your go-to candy bar.
Yeah, well, that was because I always would just eat that for lunch in high school because I only had like $1.10 for a lunch. So I'd be like, I'm gonna buy a jumbo Snickers bar.
Right, jumbo.
I'm hungry. Why wait?
Right, exactly.
Right,
it satisfies.
Okay, so there's something. Oh, people on the text line, Warheads were the super sour ones. I don't like the Warheads.
No, I'm not a big fan.
I didn't get down with the Warheads. So somebody loves the reds of the Starburst. That's their.
Yeah, you can buy a whole thing of just all the red flavors.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
yummy.
What?
I've never seen that anywhere.
Yeah, they have like it's like the tropical Starburst.
Right.
They have all red.
You got to go.
Can we go to the gas station
right,
now?
let's go look for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's something.
By the way, the lady at the gas station.
Yes.
Damn it. I can't have Kathie's knack of remembering people's names. And it's a really cool name, but she is listening right now.
How do you know?
Because I showed her how to download the app.
Oh, good. Okay, so we'll go down there. We also need to see if she has the new Snickers. They have 3 new flavors: chili pepper Snickers.
Okay, that's weird.
Salted caramel Snickers and espresso Snickers.
The chili and chocolate actually really does go together. In some of those fancier chocolate bars you see at the grocery store, they have like a chili chocolate bar.
I don't get down with the chili. The chili in the drinks,
so
the chili
good.
in my chocolate. I just can't get
so
down.
Good. It's so very subtle too, because you're just tasting that delicious dark chocolate, and then all of a sudden it's got a little heat to it. It's really
no,
good.
I can't.
Well, that's why Snickers is doing it.
And so I have to tell you guys, we have to listen to this new movie trailer that's come out.
Okay.
So literally, a movie is coming out. We're going to put the whole trailer on our site.
It's hilarious.
Snake Outta Compton is the name of the new movie.
And the logo looks like Straight Outta Compton.
Exactly. So it's going off of, Straight Outta Compton. But here's the thing. So there's this rap group, right? And they're on the verge of breaking through in L.A. And that's when this nerdy Steve Urkel type of dude accidentally creates a giant snake that goes on a rampage. There's a pair of cops that seem to be a spoof on Denzel and Ethan Hawke from Training Day. And, of course, the Snakes Outta Compton also has the snakes on a plane kind of reference. So play what you can.
Yeah, this trailer's
because it's all
hilarious.
profanity. Play what you can, Wiggins.
My invention supercharged it with unstable molecules, and now it's growing at an uncontrollable rate.
Holy Mary J. Blige. What you're saying is big enough to eat this Twinkie.
It's not a big Twinkie. My ding dong is bigger than that.
Yeah.
There's a snake terrorizing Compton.
You gotta help me capture it so I can run more tests.
We catch this snake, and I'll be famous. We talking about the cover of Time magazine, maybe even YouTube.
Wow.
You got to see it.
BlazinHitRadio.com. Yeah.
Snake Outta Compton.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing that. I know stupid news is coming up, Kathie.
Yes.
And the world is always filled with bad news.
Right. We always have stupid people everywhere.
Right. And bad news constantly thrown at us. North Korea, this, that, the other.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any good news?
I do have good news, actually.
What?
Yeah. Okay. This is really neat. So a guy actually bought breakfast for 59 people to honor the victims of the Vegas shooting.
Oh, wow.
Really cool. So he wants to remain anonymous, but he walked into a breakfast place called Maples in Portland, Maine, and he literally left his credit card there, credit card number, and told them to run it for the next 59 people who came into the restaurant.
Oh, that's nice.
Not clear on what the final bill was, but he didn't set a limit, so it had to be,
right.
1,000.
Right, something like that.
The owner of the place won't reveal the name, but says it's a longtime customer who's not very wealthy. And he does random acts of kindness wherever he can. This guy, whoever he is, also went to Houston and helped some flood victims down there. So that's really cool. I like that.
It's very symbolic, and it didn't necessarily affect the actual victims, but it was something like a show of support. That's a really cool way to pay it forward,
Kind of, right, because you're saying there's some positive in this.
Right, you're acknowledging what happened, and then some people, it's like that person in front of you, like, hey, they paid for your Starbucks. You know
right,
what I mean?
right. Although 59, that does include the shooter in that head count. But
I was just thinking maybe the guy was like, I'll pay for all the breakfast, but no bacon or sausage. That's expensive.
Right.
Ham. Just everybody gets ham.
I thought you were going to say, because that could kill somebody.
Oh,
yeah,
because I'm Jewish.
Right.
Yeah. Nobody gets ham.
Something like that, I thought. Okay, so you ready for stupid news?
Yeah, that's next.
I don't care what they say about me.
And now,
I go dumb, I go stupid, I get crazy. Come on and clap.
it's Kathy J's Stupid News.
A kid had to fight off an evil clown by beating him up with his selfie stick.
Oh my God.
That's creepy. That's going to give you nightmares.
Man, I like ever since I saw Pennywise, I don't see that story being cool at all.
Right.
That's like I didn't really have a fear of clowns, but now I do.
See, and so a lot of other people do.
Ugh.
And imagine being an 11-year-old riding your bike and a clown jumps out at you.
Right, and then you would assume, Dad, is that you?
Well, yeah, I would start screaming.
Like you're hoping.
So, An 11-year-old kid was riding his bike to school in Florida Tuesday, and somebody dressed as a creepy clown jumped out of the bushes and tried to grab him.
Whoa.
Not good.
Okay, so like a real, like just not somebody fooling around. It was like a real attempt.
Psychopath
Whoa.
stranger in a clown costume.
Okay, that's terrifying.
Fortunately, the kid managed to avoid him, and then he grabbed the only weapon he had, which was his selfie stick. So he extended it and used it to beat the clown.
Whoa.
As the clown kept trying to grab him.
Dang.
That's so scary.
Right, so there's like a bunch of pictures of it. The guy's still taking selfies of himself, doing duck lips.
Oh, yes.
Whack, whack.
While the clown's
Right.
trying to grab him.
Right. He still wants it for social media purposes.
I mean, right? I mean, imagine how many likes and views that's going to get. I
well,
mean,
hopefully, did they catch the guy?
no.
Oh, my God.
So everybody is on guard down in this neighborhood. He landed a bunch of shots in, managed to get away and tell a crossing guard who was near the school, but they called the cops, and by the time they got there, the clown was gone.
Well, and then, like, would if some adults even believe that kid?
Right.
Like, sure, kid, we saw the
Sure.
movie. Nice
Creepy
try.
clown, right. I swear. But you have to still look at it.
Right.
If it's a clown that, like, is grabbing kids,
Right.
something's wrong.
They always say, fight back.
Yeah, you got to fight back. Don't get into that car. A thief in France gets 8 months for hiding in suitcases and raiding people's luggage during bus trips.
See, I was always wondering, like, if your stuff was safe.
No, yeah. Well, you think it is because you're like, nobody's down in there.
Right.
Well, no, somebody actually put themselves in a suitcase and put themselves down there.
To get everybody's
so
stuff.
they could go through. And they have the
That's
whole bus
brilliant.
ride.
You know, panties, deodorant. Wow.
They just caught some guy doing it on planes in the Philippines.
Oh, wow.
And somebody, and it's crazy because there's 2 other employees down in the cargo bay of the plane loading in all those suitcases.
Right.
So the fact that he just starts unzipping suitcases and going through them, obviously one of
It's a scam.
one of the fellow employees was sick of it because they're the ones that are videotaping him doing it. So he got caught. Now this guy in France, police were baffled by this string of robberies that kept happening on an airport shuttle bus. The trip took little over an hour, and people kept saying stuff would be stolen out of their suitcase.
I'm missing my iPhone.
Right,
What's
right.
happening?
Okay,
Where's
so
my wee-wee?
is a wee-wee.
Sex toy.
It didn't make sense because the bags were in the cargo hold under the bus the whole time. Nobody had access to them. It was locked. So something must have happened before they were loaded in. Then one of the bus drivers figured out what was happening when he noticed a large suitcase moving on its own.
Oh.
The bus got to the airport, and one of the passengers picked the bag up and tried to leave with it. But the bus driver called the cops. They were waiting. So somebody
Try to actually claim
somebody
the bag.
buys the bus ticket,
Right.
loads their suitcase that has their friend in it,
Right.
and they go up and do the bus trip and then grab the suitcase with him and all of the stolen items.
Which is now
And
twice the weight.
Right, totally.
Right.
And then they head home. So the
Man,
driver,
you need a really small, skinny friend.
right, you'd have to, right, totally.
You're all,
really
I'm
tight.
sorry, Frank, you're too fat.
Yeah, you can't. If you
Yeah.
can't get inside the suitcase,
Yeah,
you can't. And you need more room because you got to put the stolen items in the suitcase with you.
Frank's like, I can fit in the trunk. I can fit in the trunk.
No, Frank, you're out.
Right.
Once the bus would start moving, he'd unzip himself, go through the bags, put it into stuff, laptops. He stole so much stuff.
He's all, I may have pooped in the suitcases. It was a long ride.
The guy who was in the suitcase got sentenced to 8 months. The other guy, the accomplice, had a longer rap sheet, so he got a year in jail. They're
Wow.
both 40 years old. So proud.
Kind of a good scam, really.
Right? No, I mean, you see it, right? And finally, a guy gets wounded during a shootout at a saloon in Tombstone, Arizona. I kid you not.
Like, was it a beef with the sheriff? Did it happen in the middle of the street at sundown?
So, there's a guy in the hospital right now in Tombstone, Arizona after a Wild West shootout at one of the saloons.
What do you want on your tombstone? Pepperoni.
Pepperoni, extra cheese. We don't do extra cheese. A 47-year-old guy named James Robertson got into an argument with another dude, and James wound up shooting the guy in the leg.
He's a robber, son.
He got arrested on suspicion of aggravated assault. Now, Tombstone is the place where the gunfight at the OK Corral happened with Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday, and tons of movies have been made about it. Tombstone, that's one of my favorite movies.
So this kind of makes sense.
Right. They were in one of those kind of saloons in Tombstone.
Wow.
Had his gun on him, got into a fight, and what do? You shoot.
White people.
The bar was called Doc Holliday's Saloon. It couldn't have written a better headline for itself.
Right.
That's hilarious.
That is so funny. That made me want a pizza.
Right, I could use a pizza.
Let's go get a Tombstone.
Let's do it.
Blazing It Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kathie J, Wiggins. You never know what's going to really happen in life, and sometimes you'll see people that are like super healthy and they're like, oh, they don't eat meat and they do this and that and they run and they yoga.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden they drop dead.
Right. And you're like, if I'm
really
dead,
screwed.
Right. Right. I'm worried as hell.
Right. So it's sometimes like just predetermined in your genetics or whatever.
Right.
Like kind of everybody has their own secret expiration date, I guess.
Yeah, there's that.
Right.
Then there's also maybe you work out too much and that's why you're dying. Men.
See, people that work out hardcore think, I'll live forever.
It's kind of crazy, but researchers at the University of Illinois Chicago just found that very active men are 86% more likely to have a buildup of plaque in their arteries by middle age. So it doesn't mean you shouldn't stop exercising, but keep it in moderation. If you exercise too much, it could lead to an early death with the plaque.
Right. So you're so into it. You're so like, I'm going to be on top of this and I'm going to go extra.
Yeah, right.
And then you're like, doo.
Yeah. And then nobody's getting to look at your good looking body.
You're absolutely right, Kathie. Working out will kill you. So stop it.
No.
Stop working
Moderation,
out.
Larry.
It will kill you.
Moderation.
And I believe you're right, Kathie. I'm not arguing. You're preaching to the choir here. If you work out, you could die.
Yep. Don't do it.
It's true.
And that was for men. So I guess
who knows
what's my excuse for women?
Well, speaking of unhealthy, 303-728-3420, people are texting, and I don't know if this text bought this after they heard us or before, but they have, Larry, your Extreme Bites, the rope rainbow flavored Airheads.
That's what they're called, Larry.
Yeah. And by the way, that's gay licorice.
Yeah, they have gay licorice, Three Musketeers, which might also be gay, and then Reese's Pieces, or Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, the big cup.
They got the big cup.
With
that's the one with
Reese's
the M&Ms
Pieces in it. Yeah.
Little mini Reese's Pieces.
And a Snickers. So I don't know if you guys made them buy that, Larry and Kathie, or what happened, but they got it.
It looks delicious, and I love how you presented it for our picture. There was one more. Another text.
Plus, we're literally down like a block. Not even. We're like literally 4 doors down from the gas station. We can get all that.
Yeah, why don't we go down? We should just look.
I want you to meet the owner anyway. She's so nice.
You just want me to remember her name. Yeah.
Well, I thought we were getting Tombstone pizza and the candy. I don't know what happened.
She has both.
Right.
Well,
let's get we have an oven upstairs.
Okay, we're going to take a commercial break.
Without commercials, though.
Or a fake commercial.
Okay.
Wait, I want to read the rest of the text.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this one says dots. This person eats a whole box of dots in one sitting. And it's not from Nana, it's from Molly.
Is it the frozen dots?
No, the dots are those gummy.
Oh my God, that's grandma candy.
Right, that's why I said it's not from Nana, it's from Molly. And then the other one is, thank you guys for ruining my diet this morning, says Brandon.
Exactly.
Yeah, but delicious.
One trip to Trader Joe's can totally screw you up.
It totally will. Do they have Tombstone pizza?
No.
I do want some pizza now.
They would have some fancy pizza,
they would, right.
But it'd still be good.
It's delicious.
Let's go ruin our diet, and then Kathie will learn the name of the girl at the gas station.
Deal.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Coming soon, the revolutionary iPhone X. With no charging port, no headphone jack, no home button, and now with no screen. That's right, we got rid of the cumbersome screen. Now the new iPhone X is just a lightweight device with no working parts and no practical purpose. And starting at only $1,000. And coming soon, the new iWatch with no face, no band, or watch. Apple, we're trying.
A thin, all-beef patty with smoked Gouda cheese, smoked bacon on 2 small buns. The new double bacon cheese Fetty Whopper from Burger King, served with dread curly fries and a Coke. Burger King. We'll keep an eye out for you.
Wake up. Hey, it's Larry.
Kathie.
And Wiggins, and you're listening to Blazing Hit Radio.
Kathie has some disturbing news.
Yeah, if you're single.
At least you didn't say this on Friday. This would totally blow everybody's weekend.
Right, it would. STDs are at a record high, everybody. Yay!
Well, aren't they saying that a lot of that is coming from the older generation who are like real, just like having lots of sex?
The senior citizens are totally
not caring.
perverted. Oh my God, I have the funniest story. I can't believe I didn't tell you guys. So when I was back home in my small town over the weekend, I'm at this one place they turned this house into a deli. So I'm in there eating with Kelly and stuff, and one of the owners, the owner's mom comes up, right? And she's talking to us, and she's from Brooklyn, so she's got the accent. And she's sharing everything, right?
Gotta talk.
So she's saying that they bought the place from Mrs. Conway, right? Joanne, right? And so she's talking about that.
Oh, Mrs. Conway.
Right. And so the house in the back where Joanne raised the family, the kids and stuff, that's now been redone. And her dad is staying in it.
Oh, okay.
So he's 92.
Oh, that's nice.
Mrs. Conway, she's upper 80s. Okay. So she's saying, how they're trying to get his medicine under wraps, and she's taking him all the appointments, and they're there because he's not doing too good.
Right.
So they're there to kind of watch him and help him through the winter and blah blah blah. So then she says that here she is, and he literally was like, "I need that blue pill." Told his doctor. So she literally had to go and get Viagra for this 92-year-old man who's dating Joanne, who's 86. And then
they still do it.
The funniest part was then she goes, "Oh, there he is right there. There he is." All of a sudden, I turn around.
On the corner with a heart on.
No, there's a man with a cane who can barely shuffle his feet across the floor. But he's getting Viagra. And then all of a sudden she goes, "Oh, look, and there's Joanne right there." So Joanne comes around the corner. She's got a walker. And so the fact that these two old people were getting down to the point where they needed Viagra just makes me laugh. And I think it's very dangerous.
We're all going to get there.
Well, yeah.
Well, the thing is, she uses the walker to hold herself up and to lower herself on him.
Whatever.
Because he can't do it.
But I was like, wow, this is very personal for me to be learning about.
Right.
And then the two people you're talking about come in the store. It was funny.
Please say they're using condoms.
Yeah. Well, they should. Because STDs are on a rise, everybody.
Which ones are we looking out for, Kathy?
Well, there's been more than 2 million new cases of chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis.
Okay, well, those sound curable.
No, they're not. The highest number ever, according to the STD surveillance report people.
So gonorrhea is not curable?
Well, gonorrhea and chlamydia are, but syphilis isn't.
Okay.
Right. So majority of the new diagnoses are chlamydia.
What should people be looking for in their crotch?
Don't Google it. I'll tell you that.
Burning sensation, I guess.
You'll be looking for the blue waffle.
Man, if you Google it, you'll never have sex ever again.
Yeah.
That is nasty.
But that is something you do want to show to your kids who are starting too early.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Syphilis. Oh, you know what? My dad did that. Showed me a picture of a disease.
Right. And that usually does the trick.
Yep. Kathy just had a bad flashback right there.
So,
you know what?
It was like, what? I remember my dad showing me. It was remember you used to have the encyclopedia books?
Right.
And they'd have pictures in them?
Oh, my God.
He showed me. And I was like, wow.
No, thank you.
I don't need to do that.
I'm going to find a virgin gay guy.
And I did. Yay.
My husband.
You know what? My bad. It says here that syphilis can be treated now with antibiotics.
Oh, well, there you go.
So there
was a bunch of people listening going, "Oh, thanks a lot, Kathy."
I'm
they all
sorry.
drove off a cliff. My syphilis.
But if left undiagnosed and untreated, because a lot of people are carriers of the stuff, you can have serious health consequences.
So get to your doctor today.
Yeah.
I wonder if all the apps, obviously they all play a role. All these dating apps, these instant hookups,
yeah.
it's just
because it's one and done with a lot of the apps. It's not a lot of people are looking for relationships on Grindr.
And before you used to have to go to a bar and you'd have to put in effort. Now you're just whatever.
It's just a picture. You swiped and then I'll meet you.
Right, and then after you connect, then it's the sending of the dirty pictures.
Yes.
And that's when somebody can Photoshop their disease out.
Right. Oh. So you don't know. And then all of a sudden the lights are out.
Right.
And you're skin to skin with that disease.
Girl, I smell pennies and toast.
Gross. Is that what it smells like?
I don't know.
You tell us. Why did you say that?
Because they just had that joke on Will and Grace.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was like, God, Larry.
Invasive, violating, and just disgusting.
It's Celebrity Trash and Bash.
With Larry, Kathie, and Wiggins.
It's really disappointing. They're just looking for the wrong photo.
Here's Kathie J.
The new Han Solo movie has a new title, Larry.
What is it called?
It's going to be called...
Han Solo.
Kind of. Solo, a Star Wars story.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're okay with it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so trusting the people that have the franchise in their hands.
Yes, you got Ron Howard directing it.
Yeah, come on. Like, Disney, they needed to take the Star Wars franchise over, or it was going to get weird.
Yeah, George Lucas.
Yeah. I mean, it already got weird.
It did get weird.
Those last 3 episodes, even when I watch them now, like when they're on cable, I'm like, there's no way George Lucas is watching those going, yeah, that's good. You know what I mean?
Right, especially with as serious as he takes his directing.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
Watch those performances of Padme dying and of Anakin getting his legs cut off and then going, is Padme still alive? No! Whatever. I was glad when she died.
Woody Harrelson, Emilia Clarke, Tandy Newton, Donald Glover, they're all going to be in it. It's going to be in theaters next May, Larry, so it'll be here soon. Next spring, you'll get to watch it.
Super excited. And I love that they're using, because usually the Star Wars thing was like unknown or just breaking talent.
Yeah.
Especially in the last 2 movies. But the fact that they're using Woody Harrelson and Tandy Newton is just cool.
And Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones.
For sure.
And then Last Jedi comes out on Christopher's birthday.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, on the 15th.
That's in December, right?
Yes, December 15th. Oh, my God.
That's going to be the best Christmas present ever.
Blake Lively, she's beautiful. She's hot. She's married to Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, they have great sex.
They definitely...
Yeah. Let's all picture that for a second.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's hot. It's very
Deadpool.
hot. Yeah, totally Deadpool.
He's definitely going to say something funny during sex.
Oh, yeah, right?
Just Ryan Reynolds alone.
So Blake Lively keeps a picture of Giselle in a tiny bikini in her freezer right in front of the ice cream.
That's hilarious.
She said it's her technique to tell herself, do I really need the ice cream?
Wow, that's a good idea. I mean, imagine if we all did that. Let's not do that.
Right, no.
Yeah, that's a stupid idea.
My husband would be opening the freezer all day.
Oh, yes.
To stare at the picture of her.
He doesn't have an iPad?
Oh, no. No,
Yeah.
The iPad's filled with kids' stuff. Black Chyna is suing the Kardashian clan, the whole Kardashian clan.
Oh, so like every single one individually or just the group?
It's a group. So Rob, Chris, Kim, Khloe, Kourtney, Kendall Jenner, and Kylie Jenner, all of them are in this lawsuit that she filed. Claims of assault, battery, domestic violence, defamation, and interference with the prospective economic relation, which would have been her hit television show, Rob and Chyna.
You know what I love about this?
What?
Rob was wrong again.
Totally.
It's
and they
like
all tried to warn
him. And they're like, she's going to use you and this, that, the other. And it's like, that guy can't make a good decision to save his life.
Agreed. It's almost like he's just a glutton for punishment.
Or just a glutton.
Right. Yeah. So, and they taught her some of the Kardashian secrets, like their makeup.
How they do their eyebrows.
How they control the media. Because Blac Chyna's really stepped her game up since she's been with the clan.
She's making bank.
Right. So, on her own Instagram page, she said that Rob was jealous and insecure, hacked her social media accounts in the past to see who she was contacting.
She's all, but he does have lovely boobs.
He also tried to impersonate her on her own Instagram page at one point, trying to bait these guys she was talking to.
Oh, like, hey, come over.
To see what was really going on. She said during her entire pregnancy, Rob Kardashian stressed her out, accused her of cheating, going crazy on her with massive text blasts and being an absolute lunatic.
When you said shit that he was impersonating her, I was just trying to see him dressed in drag as her.
Never.
Like trying to go to the bank.
Right.
I'm here to get some money.
He'd look like Big Mama. He wouldn't look like Blac Chyna. She's also saying that Rob physically abused her and knocked her to the ground during this one instance.
She's all, but I failed to mention that I clawed his face before he did that.
That's where then Rob's coming back on Blac Chyna, saying that she was the aggressor in most of the fights, and you can see it from watching their Blac and Chyna show.
Right, because he didn't know like what was coming toward him sometimes. He was just like, put his head down.
Yep, Chyna was using coke and drinking alcohol from morning till night when this one claim that she's saying where he knocked her to the ground happened.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that stuff all night. You're supposed to do it at the beginning of the night and then fade out.
Right. Well, then he and Chyna went to a strip club. Chyna got a stripper to bring home with him.
Ah.
So she's doing more coke, continuing the drinking binge. And then Rob apparently went and watched Dream, his daughter, and King Cairo, Black Chyna's kid with Tyga, while Chyna was getting it on with the stripper.
Well, somebody has to watch the kids.
Oh, my God.
And the stripper doesn't want Rob.
Right?
Right. So she's like, no, that's cool.
But how crazy that was the world they were living in. Like, Rob he got to touch Black Chyna's booty.
But here's the thing.
He didn't get to be a part of enjoying it.
Well, the thing is, if they would have filmed all that, the show would have been a hit.
It would have been a hit.
Yeah,
all
for
of it.
sure.
Yeah, like
they try to
nobody could
sanitize
stop
that
it.
show. They just want to have the cute conversations by the pool,
Right.
and set up some other things.
But no, when she was like, "You texted bitches,"
Right.
like I was like, I gotta watch that episode.
No, but they really should have
They
had.
should have
And
kept
here
the
comes
cameras.
that stripper. Here's the cocaine.
Yep.
And here's Rob getting punched.
They should have.
Right.
So Harvey Weinstein, wow, every day there's a new headline.
You know what? I have just one thing to say about this whole thing, this big thing in Hollywood and all this with these women and actresses coming forward.
Yeah.
Ladies, learn to take a compliment.
No. When there's a gross fat guy in a towel
Who's offering you a great career
and a
learn
massage.
to take
No,
the compliment.
no. Gross. Just thinking about it. Oh. So Jennifer Lawrence and Reese Witherspoon are like a lot of other women talking about #MeToo, things they had to do where they were sexually assaulted in the industry.
Right, because it's different when it's consensual, and we've seen Jennifer Lawrence's consensual pictures.
With her boyfriend.
'Cause
Those
they
were private, yes.
Yeah, those got leaked.
So Jennifer Lawrence and Reese Witherspoon, you know, like the Amazon CEO, he just had to step down because of accusations that he sexually assaulted
It was
somebody.
the Amazon studio as CEO.
Right.
So not the actual
Amazon overall,
Yeah, not
but
the guy,
the
but the studio guy, yeah.
So
So
that's-
if it's Hollywood related, somebody's trying to get some.
Yeah, right. So then
Here's the thing. These actresses are coming forward. Think of all the actresses that were like in the dog food commercial.
Yeah.
That may have got
that had to do
situation.
something
Right.
for that one commercial.
It's like, oh, you want the back pain commercial, huh? Well, you know.
Ugh. Bob Weinstein, Harvey's brother, has also been accused of sexual harassment.
Well, of course, he would get his brother's sloppy seconds.
Yeah. Ugh. Lena Headey from Game of Thrones, and she was the queen on 300. She's beautiful. She had to refuse Harvey Weinstein's advances twice. Molly Ringwald had her first experience with sexual harassment when she was 13. And Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Smith, he's the famous director and actor. He just announced that he's donating all of his future residuals from Weinstein-produced movies to a nonprofit called Women in Film.
That's good.
Yeah, it is good. So,
well, you know what? There is some good news to come out of all of this.
what is it, Larry?
The good news is nobody ever did that to Lena Dunham.
Oh, Larry.
It's nice. That's showing that Hollywood's taking a turn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's the girls that don't have to be in the plastic surgery pretty box, and then there's the other girls, like Lena Dunham and Mayim Bialik.
Right.
Right. Jennifer Lawrence, let me tell you what happened to her. So she shared her Hollywood story. She said when she was a teenager, she was told to start out, she had to lose 15 pounds in 2 weeks. That another actress
15
just got
pounds in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Another actress, they said, we just fired her because she couldn't lose the weight, so you need to lose 15 pounds in 2 weeks.
And she was probably already skinny.
She was already really skinny, she said. Then during this time, a female producer had her do a nude lineup with about 5 other girls, same age, who were much thinner than her. They all had to stand side by side with these pasties covering their privates. And after that degrading and humiliating experience, the female producer said, use these naked photos as an inspiration for your diet.
Whoa.
And then she told a male producer and complained to him about what the lady said. And he responded by saying, I don't know why people think you're fat. You're totally, perfectly blankable.
Whoa.
Yeah. Right.
So here's what's really sad is she
What?
took their advice and became one of the biggest stars on the planet.
She does have a great body.
Yeah.
And then Reese Witherspoon, she says she was assaulted by a director when she was 16. So now everyone is going to find out what movies was she making when she was 16.
Pleasantville Fear.
Her abuser was a director whom she didn't name. She said, I feel true disgust at the director who assaulted me when I was 16 years old and anger at the agents and producers who made me feel that silence was a condition of my employment.
Right, because they were all saying, hey, you want to work in this business, right?
Then Reese Witherspoon said, and I wish I could tell you that was an isolated incident in my career, but it wasn't. I've had multiple experiences of harassment and sexual assault, and I don't speak about them.
Wow. And the thing is, it's like, remember that when she got pulled over for that DUI,
oh, right.
what a bitch she was?
Do you know
right.
who I am?
That's why the thought of that Jennifer Lawrence picture happening to her, I'm okay with. Because she's kind of mean.
And now, it's time for...
All out on 3. 1, 2, 3. All out. 1, 2, 3.
Larry Ulibarri on sports.
Well, you know, the Broncos, you know them.
Yeah, the Denver Broncos. Love them.
Yeah, except that last game.
I know, but you got to learn.
Dust ourselves off
Exactly.
and get back up again.
Right, exactly.
Well, according to the USA Today, the Broncos dropped 6 spots in the power ranking.
Damn.
So that's why we don't read the USA Today. And nobody does unless you get it free at your fancy hotel.
Right, that's the only time I get USA Today.
Up yours, USA Today.
Okay, so that's obviously because, you know, it proved that we have a problem, our offense pushing, you know, the line of scrimmage. And
No, I think the last game Sanders got hurt, and then you had Demaryius Thomas that actually couldn't even run when he was out there. But the C.J. Anderson and the running game needed to pick it up a little bit. They definitely needed to.
Well, they say we dropped because of the injuries. We had so many. And what was with that?
Yeah, they had some crazy injuries too, but they still won't beat us a lot.
No, for sure. But just watching some of those ankle injuries in slow motion.
Oh, did you see the Celtics?
Oh,
yeah,
my
Gordon
God.
Hayward last night.
Oh, that was live on the court. Like people, they're sitting there, like in the front rows, had their their eyes covered.
Did you see it, Larry?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It was so gnarly.
Here's the thing. Will that guy be out forever?
Gotta be.
Well, I mean, probably season ending,
Yeah.
or at least near the end of the season if he comes back. But then after an injury like that, you don't really
You're never
play
the
the same. Yeah,
Right. It kind of sucks because you see kind of the possibility of somebody's career ending right at that moment.
That's why so many people are worried about Odell Beckham. 'Cause
Right.
There was he was spotted yesterday with his big cast on.
His boot, yep.
And he doesn't look happy. He looks very depressed.
Oh, man.
You know, because it could be career ending.
Right.
You know?
And the big news coming out of the Bronco camp.
Oh.
At the stadium now they have sriracha nachos.
Oh, my God, really?
Yeah.
Watch out.
That's pretty good, huh?
That's your big news?
Because I'm Larry Ulibarri on Sports Snacks.
Yeah. What happened with the name? Like the sports authorities no longer the name, but they don't change it.
But they've lucked out and gotten all this free publicity.
And they don't even
They have a business. No, Larry Ulibarri on Sports knows the latest on that as well.
Okay.
I actually put a call into the Denver Broncos and asked them what the status was of the naming of the stadium.
Yes.
And they said that they're so desperate at this point, they might even let the Shagman and Audra and Officer Odell buy the naming rights for thousands.
You know, they could just give it over to
Blazing Hit Radio.
Right, Blazing Hit Radio. That's what I'm talking about.
We're the same 3 people anyway.
Right, exactly. Are you Odell or the Shagman, Larry?
Either way. I thought you were Shagman. I was going to be Audra.
Okay, you can be.
And that's Larry Ulibarri on Sports. Blazing Hit Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kathie J. Wiggins. You know when you're in your house and you hear the ice cream truck outside?
Yes.
And you're like, oh my God, do I have any change?
Oh, please tell me I have a couple dollars in the house.
Well, now there's a new truck that drives around with a treat, but it's like from Amazon?
Yeah, it's the treasure truck.
What is that? How does that work?
Well, I'll let this anchor explain it to you, Larry.
Okay.
You have to sign up through Amazon. In the app, you can search Treasure Truck and get directed to where to sign up. Another way to get hooked in? Text the word truck to 24193. You'll get alerted when the truck is going to roll through, where it will be, and of course, what the hot sale of the day is.
When we saw that it was the gaming system, we were super excited. Click the button right away.
Can you believe
You just got to be prepared next time if you didn't get an opportunity to get it this time.
And it's quick if you want to buy it. A worker scans the QR code in your email and you're on your way.
Wow.
Amazon doesn't release details of what's in the truck until the day of the sale. It could be anything from food to electronics to holiday must-haves.
So there's a truck in each city Like an Amazon
It sounds
truck?
like it.
Well, that's what I'm going to look it up right now.
Right, because it says Denver.
Yeah, right.
It says Denver.
They have one in Denver.
So, like, I don't get it. So, like, in other words, your phone goes off and says, hey, this truck is near you, and then it tells you what is for sale?
No, I think it goes off and says, this is the treasure truck deal of the day, and then tells you the location the truck will be at for you to get to.
It says, at Treasure Truck, we handpick our favorite new, trending, local, or delicious items, load them on the truck, then cruise around town spreading joy for everyone with a smartphone and an appetite for fun. Check out the map below to see where they're rolling to next.
Okay, if you're spreading joy, that stuff would be free.
That's true.
That's joy.
That's true.
Now you're just bringing the store to me. I still have to pay for it.
But the fact that there's no cash exchange, that's kind of cool, too. You just swipe it, and it goes right to your
and then they bring
account,
you, okay.
your Amazon account.
But here's my question. Why would you run all over town and do all this when you could easily just order that from Amazon and have it there in a couple days?
No, I think you can win it. So I signed up for it just now. I think they give you a deal and you can pay for it afterwards using the QR code, but you can actually spin the wheel and win whatever prize that they have.
Where's the wheel? Oh, wait, the
wheel
treasure
is
truck on
the
site.
treasure truck is the wheel. So I think that, and that's why when you see it, it's all like decked out and it's all like super fancy and fun. But I think it's kind of like when we used to do promos for the station and how we do them now.
Well, a chance to win a gaming system is worth it.
Well, I follow the treasure trail all the time and always
Larry,
win.
Of course, that's what you'd hear.
Hey, where's it going to be? Do you know?
It says, I just text them. It says, way to go. We'll let you know if we're rolling through town or something near you. You can always text stop to cancel. So it's not telling me now. I'm going to look up a map, and then I'll post it on blazinhitradio.com.
Yeah, but you never know what's going to be there, so you don't know if it, I mean, some days it might just be like cannolis,
right.
from a local bakery, like, wah.
It sounds like they're going to try to load the IT products in there, but my thing is, does it let your phone know when you're in proximity to the truck or just if it's by your house?
Ooh, yeah, because
it says you have to go to the map to find out where they're going.
It asked me for my zip code, and it had my mailing address zip code that I use when I get Amazon stuff shipped to the house.
Because it says on the video that, or on the news, your phone will go off when it's near you.
Oh, okay.
So I probably should have put a different zip code in there because nothing's over where I'm at.
Nobody'd be going over that way.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Wig.
Before we go, let's catch up on the texts.
Yes, this is just road rage. Why is it so freaking difficult for people to drive on 76 westbound?
Yeah, it's
Wiggins,
everywhere.
you know that.
No, that's my whole point.
Yeah, you come down 76
Come
west.
down 76, and then if you try to get on I-25, because it's just this curve lane that merges with I-36 people exiting off of there, you have the worst traffic. And so then there's semis on top of it, so you literally just come to a stop.
Yeah.
And then you just crawl on. And then the jerks are the ones who you're waiting in line, and then they race all the way up there, and then
somebody lets them in.
Somebody lets them in, or they slow down traffic all the way in their lane just so they can cut to the front of the line.
Yeah, that's crap.
Have you seen those brave people who block that lane?
I block that lane.
Yeah, because you got a big truck.
I can't stand that.
Well, and you know, those people's argument is, and sometimes like their argument is that they're supposed to go to the front, and that's how that lane works.
Because CDOT even put something out saying when lanes are merging, you need to do the zipper, which means fill both lanes all the way to the front, and one car. One car goes from this lane, one car goes from that lane. You zipper into each other.
So, in other words, you have both sides. You have some people going, hey, I got and did the right thing and got in this lane early.
Right.
And then some people whiz past and get let in.
CDOT says go all the way to the front and zip in.
And there's always going to be somebody who lets them in.
Yes.
So I don't care about the person they let in anymore. I'm following the person who let them in.
Right.
Oh, yes.
I'll follow you home.
You're following the victim.
No.
Yeah, right.
No, the person who let them in.
That's the victim.
No, they let them in.
They're the people that, there wouldn't be, if these people that Larry's following wouldn't let the other people in, then they would learn their lesson and not go all the way to the front. Is that what you're saying, Larry?
Kind of. I mean, like you said, you're the one that gets all frustrated when the person lets them in.
Yeah,
They're the new villain.
But
follow them.
It's like, why would you let them in?
They also said that there's a motorcycle cop on 76 westbound that's just kind of like watching people. And it's like, if you're going at a crawl, what are you doing?
I'm so fearful of the fact that I've gotten so comfortable on 70 because I never see motorcycle cops giving tickets out on 70.
Okay, you better knock on wood or
I know,
something.
exactly. Particle board.
The way you get caught on 70 is not realizing that the cop is right next to you on the highway on 70.
Well,
there's times I've been going down and been like, there are no cops anywhere. And then all of a sudden one's right next to me.
Well, the thing with 70 is it's like now that it's so clogged all the time, you don't even have a chance to get past the speed limit.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
This one on the text line, diets are for yes, ma'am people. I'll eat that whole cheesecake and I'll slap your hand if you try to take it from me.
Cheesecake can get a little dry. You better throw some strawberries on it.
Yeah. Someone wanted us to know that they got the limited edition Skittles with the green.
Oh, the original green.
At Walmart.
Lime
flavor
they brought
that
it
you wanted.
I don't know if because that's just a picture they found on Google, though.
No, they said they're available at Walmart.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right. The next text that came in. This one says, Kathy, I've always been curious. How do you end the show at 10 and get to the everyday show at 10?
Can I tell him?
Well, I don't know. It's a big secret. Larry, I don't know if you should.
Basically, we had to pitch in with Fox 31 to have this big tube system that goes under the...
Like the bank?
Right, exactly.
Right.
So we shoot Kathie over in a big, giant bank tube.
Right. And, you guys, thank you for, making the tube a little bigger.
Right.
I kept getting stuck right around Elitch's, and it wasn't... it was humiliating.
It was boobs.
It was
It was her
humiliating. Right,
boobs.
it was, but it was humiliating.
No, you're really not that far. It takes like 10
I can
seconds
get
to
there
drive
in,
there.
I can get there in 6 minutes.
Right.
So, but just so you know, the TV show is literally live for me. It's not just a live show. It's live for me because that's the first time I'm hearing any of those stories is when I'm getting it live on TV with everyone else.
That's funny.
Oh, because you're not prepped.
I don't have any prep time because I come right from here and get there. So that's the downside.
Right. But you also have Annalise who kills it on the prep for you.
Right. And Parente.
And they're in your ear.
Right. He can set up anything.
Right,
He's a
for
good
sure.
driver.
He's a vet.
Yeah, totally. So
Well,
that's how we make the magic happen.
You got a bunch of Waldo people there in studio today, too. So
I
I don't
know. What's
it's
going on?
a Waldo Fun Cave raising money for the Waldo Canyon fires.
That's a lot of Waldos hanging out.
I found him.
Right, there he is.
That's my buddy, Kirk.
It looks funny, the girls having the Waldo shirts over their skirts with their big old heels on.
Right, it
It
looks
looks
like-
kind of perverted.
Yeah, like
a guy's, like the sexy slut Waldo
Right.
Halloween costume.
Somebody's waiting for the panties to dry.
That's exactly what it looks like. I'm going, oh, look, there's Greg Dutra. Look at all cute.
Well,
glasses.
His glasses.
You better hurry up and get over there, Kathy. You only
Yeah,
have a few
I know.
minutes
I
to
got to
go.
get ready for the tube.